Hi there, I'm Dr. Aaron Tolson from Manchac Village Veterinary Care, and welcome to our very first episode of Vet Talk. Today, we're going to be talking about the medical benefits of having your pet spayed or neutered. Now, I know a lot of you are probably channeling your inner Bob Barker right now and thinking about controlling the pet population. But what if I were to tell you that for me as a veterinarian, controlling the pet population is actually pretty low on my list of reasons as to why I recommend this? Sounds pretty bizarre, right? Well, with spaying and neutering, our big thing that we're trying to achieve is prevention. We are preventing various abnormalities from occurring in your dog and in your cat. With the Bob Barker mindset, you're preventing unwanted pregnancies. But we're also preventing these big ticket items here, such as cancer, behavioral abnormalities, I should say, and infection. Let's go through those one by one. With cancer, we're thinking particularly females. With females, they have about a 26% occurrence rate of what we call mammary neoplasia or breast cancer. 26%, that's about 1 in every 4. That's a really high number. But studies show that if we spay them before their very first heat cycle, not their second, not their third, but their very first heat cycle, we drop that number down to about 0.5%. It's about 1 in 200. That is a dramatic reduction from the 1 in 4 that we saw for the intact animals. For the behavioral abnormalities, we're thinking particularly the males. Think of an intact male dog or a cat that's more aggressive than we would like. They're running away from home, trying to find a girlfriend. Maybe they're peeing on the walls or on the couch at home because they're trying to mark their territory. If we neuter them at a young age, then we're able to prevent a lot of those things. If you wait till really late in life, like let's say 8 or 9 years old, there's a chance that the neutering may still do the job for us, but a lot of times they have already kind of gotten that attitude engraved in their mindset to where it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks, as the phrase goes. So having them neutered at a young age will help you to nip this in the butt, no pun intended. And then for the infection, this will affect both genders. With females, they can develop what's called a pyometra, which is a bacterial infection within the uterus that they can get after they go through a heat cycle. And with the males, they can develop an infection of their prostate called prostatitis. And guess what the treatment for both of these are? Spaying and neutering the animal. However, there's a big difference because when you're spaying and neutering a young animal, they are young, they're healthy, they're a great anesthetic candidate. Versus when they're old and have these infections, they're septic. I mean, they are an anesthetic nightmare. We still have great success with these procedures, but nonetheless, it's a lot more dangerous and a heck of a lot more expensive to have them spayed or neutered with those conditions rather than doing it when they're young. So have this mindset. Your dog or your cat's gonna get spayed or neutered eventually. It's just a matter of when. So do it when they're young and healthy rather than when they're old and very, very sick. So how do we prevent all this? What's our plan going to be? As I've just mentioned a dozen times, have them spayed or neutered at a young age. Now, how young? We recommend 6 months of age here. That's across the board. Most veterinarians will agree that 6 months of age is the ideal time. You will find some people that recommend waiting until about 2 years of age because they are concerned about the bone growth in these animals. But I can tell you from experience that you are much more likely to have your male dog or cat run away from home and get in fights because they're looking for a girlfriend. And as the studies show, the dramatic cancer reduction in the female animals if spayed before their first heat cycle, that is much more likely to occur than having any kind of a bone abnormality. So we definitely recommend at 6 months of age here. So if your pet needs to be spayed or neutered, give us a call or visit us online at manchacvet.com. That does it for our episode of Vet Talk today. We'll catch you next time.